Hello everyone and welcome to my morning report chart analysis videos on Thursday the 18th of April with me, Richard Perry, market analyst at Hantec Markets. We've got a fairly consolidated move that we're seeing on Forex and equities today actually. And a little real move that we've got comes with the dollar basically trading sideways, not really showing any real move. Little slight gain on the euros, seeing that dollar index ticking mildly lower. But we're seeing volatility sort of remaining around these sort of lower levels than we have seen certainly in the last few weeks anyway, and that is helping to sort of support these equity markets which have come higher. That Wall Street sort of broke out above 26.75 this week and sort of holding that breakout. But the key moves are seeing basically on the commodities really. We've seen oil price breaking out to multi-year highs. That's dating back to 2014. November 2014 was the last time we saw the oil price back at these levels. And it certainly looks as though this breakout is being seen not only on silver, but we saw gains yesterday on oil, but yesterday we saw gains on silver, and we're seeing gains on the metals prices as well. So it's really interesting that we are seeing these moves coming through. Gold I will take you through in my chart analysis in a bit, but certainly there are some interesting moves that we are seeing across these commodity prices at the moment. In terms of the data points today, we've got focus on UK again. Tier 1 data for the UK continues to roll through. And we've got the retail sales today. Now we had obviously some pretty cold weather in March, and the likelihood that could impact on retail sales today. But it was interesting that we did see inflation levels falling and real wages subsequently rising in the month. So it might be a bit early to see that sort of filtering through into retail sales. However, we do have that data in a bit. And the expectation is for retail sales to actually sort of hold up fairly well, although you could quite easily see a month-on-month decline, but year-on-year to hold up reasonably well. But it'll be interesting to see how that comes through. Now this afternoon, we haven't got a great deal actually. We've got the weekly jobless claims at 1:30. 230,000 again, around about that same level, and also the Philly Fed at 1:30 as well, 20.1. So a couple of things to drive markets possibly this afternoon. We've also got Loretta Mester of the FOMC tonight. That's late tonight, 23:45 UK time. She's a hawk on the FOMC. Now let's have a look at silver, because that's the hourly chart. Let's look at the daily chart. Look at this breakout, this big, strong upside break on silver. Now that's bringing back towards this blue downtrend line, which, as you can see, has basically been a run of lower key highs over the last sort of 18 months or so. And silver is coming back towards that. Now, you can see here, if I zoom in, since October, 1740 to 1770 has been a resistance band. So you would argue how much upside potential you've really got. I mean, it's 17 cents up towards that level of 1740, so about 1% maybe. But you do have these improving momentum indicators, which are certainly accelerating higher on the MACD lines. RSI, again, not a million miles off 70. Now 70 seems to be a limiting level, certainly in the last few years, really. Very rarely do you get any real move above 17. Above 70. And I think that this move on silver could well be contained by these technical factors. So we need to consider that. We've had another tick higher this morning, but just mildly sort of retreated a touch early doors today. And it'll be interesting to see what silver does now. Now you've got the initial support at 1709, but a break back below that, you'd be sort of back at the 1686 breakout level. And you can see here on the hourly momentum indicators, they are crossing lower, certainly on the MACD lines, and also a small bear divergence on the RSI as well on the hourly. So you could easily see an unwinding, and that would tend to sort of come back towards sort of 40, maybe 45 on the hourly RSI, which could give you an unwinding move. at least to test that 1709 level, but probably back towards that breakout of 1686, which is now a pivot support. It's been pivotal in the last sort of 5-6 months, but it's now become support. So a retreat could easily be seen, because I think we've got that overhead limiting resistance 1740 to 1770. But a breakout above 1770, that would be a key move on a longer term basis, confirming the sort of broken downtrend. So that would be the inference of a breakout above 1770. But for now, sort of creeping higher still. But remember that key resistance that starts to come in around 1740. So I wish you good luck in your trading today, and I will speak to you later.